Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only Hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing, guys. I am your host, Hosting Cruz, and ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest fights at 108 pounds in the flyweight division in boxing is likely to take place this year. And finally, it's looking good and likely is about to happen next, man. And that is one of the biggest fights at 108 pounds and one that makes the most sense to be made. And that is the boogeyman at 108 pounds from Japan, Kenshiro Teraji, 23-1, 14 KOs, the WBA and WBC flyweight champion of the world versus the WBO flyweight champion of the world, Jonathan La Bomba Gonzalez, guys, out of Puerto Rico. It's a tremendous fight, man. Like I said, one of the best fights right now at 108 pounds to make. And this fight was supposed to happen back in, I would say, last year or in late 2022. The fight was supposed to happen in late 2022, but Bomba got ill. You know, he was already in Japan, and, you know, he was in shape and all that stuff, but he got ill, and he couldn't compete. Fast forward almost a year and a half later, negotiations and talks are underway. Bomba posted on social media 3 days ago about saying that before I leave 108, I have one more fight to get done. This is the last fight I want to do. And he had a picture with him and Teraji. He put up a pic with him and Teraji taking a picture next to each other. And when I saw that, I was like, okay. Because people were saying, a lot of fans were saying, and people were saying, oh, in the comment sections, you know, on social media, the Bomba is running from Teraji and all that stuff. And I disagree, man. I disagree. Bomba wants to fight, man. There was a time he personally told me that Bomba wants to knock out Teraji. So, I mean, you're hearing it from me, you know, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna sit here and cap and lie, you know. This is what he told me, and I'm saying it to you guys. Bomba is not scared of Teraji. He wants to smoke. He wants to knock him out. So rumors about him being scared are false, man. Bomba wants to do great things in the sport of boxing. You know, prior to the Soto fight, you know, he was just he was becoming like a journeyman, kind of. Like, you know, he had 3 losses and all were by knockout in his biggest fights. And he was just a good fighter. You know, that's it. You know, good enough to compete with the best, but come up short. You know, in Kosai Tanaka, he got stopped. Giovanni Segura, he got stopped. You know, and there was a fight against Alvarez, a guy from, I think, Colombia or Venezuela, and a fight that happened in Puerto Rico, he got stopped there. So no one gave him a chance against Soto, and I don't blame them. You know, you're coming off 3 KO losses in your biggest fights, and you're going in with one of the top Mexican fighters and champions at the time, with punching power, everything. What to expect? Well, we got something different. We got a Bomba that box, use the ring, use angles, smart fight, and pulled off one of the upsets that year in 2021. No! I was not watching the fight. You know, I forgot what I was doing, but I was not watching the fight. And I went on social media and I saw the new WBO champion from Puerto Rico, Jonathan La Bomba Gonzalez. And that was a shocker, honestly. No one gave Bomba a chance. You know, I'm not, without being biased, I didn't give Bomba a chance, you know. I wanted him to win. I was rooting for him. But I was not expecting the results we got. New champion. And there was no controversy there, man. Bomba boxed Soto, used the ring well, countered well. Frustrated Soto, to the point that Soto grabbed Bomba's arm and twisted it in the air. And Jack Reese told him, "Hey, don't do that, don't do that." Jack Reese was talking to the timekeeper, the doctor, about Bomba's reaction. Was like, and he said, "I know he's probably playing it, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. So I'll give him a break." No, Bomba really got hurt, man. Soto grabbed that arm and twisted it. Frustrated Soto to the point, yeah, he did that. So, he got that win. That was a big win, man. Knocking off a top Mexican fighter in his prime, young. Soto 24 at the time. And he was in that, there was a catalog, a chart in social media rating, talking about the youngest Mexican champions today and top Mexican fighters, man. And Soto was there on that chart. And Bomba coming into this fight, he was a huge underdog, and he pulled it off. So, Bomba got that win, then he followed it up with more. He followed it up with Mark Anthony Barriga from the Philippines, an Olympian, good boxer, not the most punching power, but not the most pop in his punch, but good boxer. Bomba got the job done again. He went to Japan now, stepped it up a bit with Shokichi Iwata. The guy had speed, power, explosiveness. Scary. When I saw him do the mitts, I was like, oh my God, Bomba is in a world of trouble. Bomba went over there in uncharted territories, and he outboxed Shokichi Iwata for 12 rounds. And he got out of there and retained his title, man, in impressive fashion. The biggest win of his career, in my opinion, because going to Japan is hard to get a win over there, man. When you go to decisions, very tough. And Japanese fighters are very tough. They're dangerous, they can fight, they're durable, and I respect them. Bomba got the job done, and I was very happy. Very happy. Now, Bomba defended his title once again recently against Rene Santiago in Puerto Rico. I was there in that fight, at that fight live. Between two Puerto Ricans, a clash between two Puerto Ricans, good fight. Bomba was a competitive fight. Bomba was the aggressor all night, landing the more cleaner, telling shots, in my opinion. And he was the aggressor. He showed that he wanted to win the fight more than Rene. Rene was holding a lot more. He was engaging at the time, but he was more on his back foot, not really pressing the fight like how Bomba did. And Bomba deserved the win. Retained his title for the third time. Now, coming in, this will be the fourth title defense. Amazing. From Bomba getting KO'd in his three biggest fights to just being an opponent and a fighter, good fighter. He's turned out to be now a really good fighter. And now he wants Kenshiro Teraji, who's the boogeyman at 108 pounds, who is one of the best Japanese fighters of all time. Wins over Hickey Bodler from South Africa, TKO in 9 rounds. Hiroto Kiyoguchi in unification fight, TKO in 7 rounds. Masamichi Yabuki in a fight that he lost by stoppage, and it was an upset at the time. Came back, knocked him out in 2 rounds in a rematch, and avenged that loss in tremendous fashion. Had a brutal fight of the year with Carlos Canizales from Venezuela, man. That was a hell of a fight. Majority decision, close fight. Kenshiro escaped within the skin of his teeth in that fight. So now, here we are now. We got both guys coming off solid wins. They're on the roll. They haven't lost in a minute. They're both champions. And only one thing to do. And they're, unify. Unified the titles. Bomba is going to have to go to Japan. He's done it before against Kosai Tanaka and Shokichi Iwata. He's 1-1 now in Japan. Looking to make it 2-1 by defeating Kenshiro Teraji if he can get it done. In my opinion, Bomba is going to have to use his ring, the angles. He's going to have to outbox Kenshiro. He cannot stay in the pocket, even though he's got the height advantage and he can work on the inside. I don't mind Bomba. Bomba can take it to Kenshiro. He's got good power. He can hurt Kenshiro. And he can be aggressive like how he was against Rene, man. Bomba has tended to be aggressive in fights lately with his hands up, coming forward, and ripping hooks to the body and all that stuff. And I don't mind that, but staying in a fight with Kenshiro is pretty dangerous. Kenshiro could hit you one good shot and change the fight completely. He can either knock you out or he can really hurt you bad to the point where you don't recover. Like, really change the fight. He can be outboxing Kenshiro for 10 rounds, man, or 11. We're in the 12th round, and he can end it all. So Kenshiro is dangerous every round. So Bomba is gonna have to be careful. This is a hell of a fight. It's a big fight, and it's the most important fight. It's one of the most important fights of both guys' careers. Bomba beating Kenshiro, man, makes him, gives him a Hall of Fame win. That's a Hall of Fame win. If Bomba could go in there, go to Japan, and knock off one of the top Japanese fighters of all time right now, Kenshiro Teraji, and unify the titles. That's Hall of Fame status for Bomba Gonzalez. From being a good fighter to a really good fighter, he's going to be one of the greatest Puerto Rican boxers of all time, beating Kenshiro Teraji. And I like his chances, man. Bomba has erased a lot of doubts in my head. You know, I didn't give him a chance against Soto. He got it done. I didn't give him a chance against Mark. He got it done. What else? He got it done against Shukichi Wada. He got it done against Rene Santiago. And all those are good fighters. Very good fighters. So I'm confident and convinced that, okay, Bomba has a chance to get this done, beating Kenshiro. So Kenshiro, you know, ain't gonna surprise me if he wins this fight. He's that good. But it's a hell of a fight. You know, Kenshiro is not going to have an easy night, in my opinion, because Bomba is going to be going in there, taking it to him, boxing him, using the ring, using the angles, and Bomba is not going to go in there and make it easy for Kenshiro at all, man. So, as well, so it's a great fight. What do you guys think about this fight? Kenshiro Teraji, the WBA, WBC flyweight champion of the world, versus the WBO champion of the world, flyweight champion of the world, Jonathan La Bomba Gonzalez, Japan versus Puerto Rico. It's a great fight. Likely in the summer, in the fall, who knows? But Bomba wants it next. And it's a great fight. No, of course, we all know Kenshiro wants it next, man. So, we'll see what happens. Miracle Boy Boxing, guys. I am your host, Jose Cruz. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, guys. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing right here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.